Dimitri has entered, ladies and gentlemen. Has entered the foray. Good evening, France.
Good evening, London.
How
How are you, Nick?
are you?
We are actually wearing the same outfit, yeah?
Yeah, it is now. You hear me okay?
Yes, I
Yeah,
can
it
see
is
you.
now. It is now 3
Well,
degrees in London.
it's the same here.
3 degrees in France as well.
Yes, I think we already hit minus probably a week ago or so for one
Oh no,
night.
we're not in minus yet. We're just at 3 degrees. We haven't gone below.
We are the same because we are just a stone's throw from each other. You know,
Yeah,
it's really close, really close. I'm still
yeah.
waiting for your visit.
Yes, I know. I said I was going to come this year, but obviously a lot of things dashed those plans. So
So how?
I'm not even sure. I'm not
Sorry?
even sure I can say to you next year, but we'll have to see if
Yeah.
things change or if my
And
life
then,
changes or
and then Ian disappeared because you were planning to come by car, which is quite a simple solution.
planning to.
Sorry?
What did you say? I was planning to what?
You were playing. Ian disappeared. Ian.
Yeah, Ian left because he could no longer afford to come
Oh, bloody
to
hell.
this branch because of the new ULEZ law.
So he was traveling by car normally, yeah?
Yeah, but the car he bought, unfortunately, is not ULEZ compliant.
But I always was traveling by underground, by the tube, and it took me
Yeah,
for
but Ian lives in Hertfordshire.
Oh, really? In
Yeah,
Hertfordshire?
yeah,
Wow, he's a
North
real
North
hero.
Hertfordshire, North Hertfordshire, I think it is.
I see, I see, I see.
Yeah, so it would be a bit of a mission for him to go from where he is to where we are.
I
So he
see.
bought himself a new car, but I'm not saying I'm the guru, but if he wasn't sure, he could have asked me about the car, whether it was okay, and I would have told him the car is not ULEZ compliant. Don't waste your money.
Yeah, yeah,
But he bought the car, said it was a nice car, low miles, which is nice.
yeah.
But ultimately, the money that he saved on. Sorry, I'm just looking at BJJ guys. The money that he saved on the car, he's now going to have to
Yeah.
pay for ULEZ because if he had kept coming to the Chun, I think he used to train 3-4 days a week,
Yeah.
3 to 4 days a week. So the ULEZ charge at the moment is £12, I think.
Because Nick,
Daily daily charge is £12.
yeah, you mentioned that to me before.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
about Ian, you mentioned that to me when he left. You mentioned that he has issues on the job. Yeah, that's why he is postponing the classes. So that was the main
yeah. But then
reason.
he came back. He came back. He got a new job.
Okay.
He got a new job. He came back, and then I think he turned up for 2 of the 4 out of the month.
Yeah.
2 of the 4 out of the month, and then the following month it was his last month.
Mm.
You see, and he was still happy to come, but unfortunately, £12 per time you come to Wood Green, on top of the lessons you're paying per month. 12 threes are 36, or 12 fours are 48. It's an extra £50.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he left, and he's with another club, which is still part of the organisation.
So he's still with another club
He's still
now.
training, but he's training with another club then.
Ah,
Yeah. So
I
that's where
see.
we're at.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah,
sad because you guys, you were planning to come to my place and we were
yeah.
discussing it. Everything was
Well,
good and
I've talked to him about nearly 2 months ago,
okay.
and he's okay. He seems happy.
Yeah.
He invited me to come up and see him. I haven't gone to see him yet because I don't really like going out cold in the cold,
Yeah.
let alone driving in the wet.
Yeah.
Um, but he was saying, yeah, come and see me. We can go out for a meal or something. You know, I can show you some places around where I live. And
Yeah.
I asked him if he wouldn't mind doing a video with me for some time for Instagram,
Yeah.
because there's a technique that I've seen on Instagram which I honestly don't think if you did it in a self-defense environment would work.
Oh, I see. I see.
Basically, what it is what do they do? Someone grabs you around the neck,
By the throat.
by the
Around
throat, so
the neck.
both hands like that,
Yeah.
around the neck. You're
Yeah.
supposed to feed your arm up
Yeah.
straight,
Yeah.
go like a clock hand,
Yeah. Gun sow.
like a gun cell, but a very high
Yeah.
one,
Yeah. Yeah.
round. That's supposed to
Yeah.
collapse their arms, and then you're
Yeah.
supposed to go smack and then walk off.
Oh,
Yeah.
what happened to what was the name of the Bulgarian guy?
Oh, George.
George.
Yeah, little George. Little George.
Yes, a little George.
Yeah, so his work, he got caught up more in his work. His work demanded more of him.
Okay.
So he was working more, and
Yeah.
then he was saying that he wanted to train for the grading, which he was doing, and then he got an injury to
Yes.
his knee or shoulder or something.
Yeah.
So he was off for many weeks, and then he started working again. And then he was like, I can't train fully yet. I'm going to try and come." And then he didn't come. And then he came.
Okay.
He put in an appearance. He came to see us again about 2 months ago,
Yeah.
passing through, saying hello. And he
Yeah.
said he was going to come back, but I haven't seen him. So
Sorry. I used to I used to see him in the pub at Wood Green. I thought he was working there because every time from time to time I would see him going out from the pub's doors. Yeah, from the pub's door.
he's a decorator. I think he's a decorator or a plasterer. So it's always on
Ah,
ceilings.
I see. I thought he is working in the restaurant.
No,
Ah,
no, no. As far as I know, he's
ah,
a plasterer or a painter, one of the two.
ah,
So
I see.
earning, I don't know. I think he says sometimes, if you're training and you have the opportunity to earn like maybe 300, 400 pounds in a day, of course I'm going to take it.
Yeah, yeah. So no trace of him.
I wouldn't rule him out, but he hasn't put an appearance in for the last 2 months. And to
Mm.
be fair, Seafood took him off the group chat about a month ago.
I see. Yeah, yeah,
So I don't know. I don't know if he's coming back.
yeah. I see. It's a pity. It's a pity.
Yeah,
He was. I
yeah,
mean, he was really advanced. He was ready-made product for the advanced group for you guys, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. With a Bulgarian accent.
Never mind.
Obviously he went from we went from this community of Wing Chun guys like here, and
Yeah,
now we're gradually going like this into this tiny nucleus. It's just
yeah,
quite bizarre for me. Obviously, I've been training since 2001, so when I started, there was 30 beginner students. No, yeah, 30 beginner students, 35.
there were 30 when I joined
Yeah,
the academy. There were 30 or at least
and
20,
then and
20 every time. Do you remember?
yeah, and then it went to 25.
Yeah,
And then we joined the intermediates, and there was like 30 to 40 intermediates. And then sometimes we used to train with the advanced guys, that was tough
yeah,
because obviously half of us didn't know the skills.
yeah.
And then by the time we left the church, we still had about 100 to 150 students.
Yeah.
And then we came here and it increased. We had a lift of
Yeah.
students, and then that increased to 200. I think at its peak it was probably about 200 to 250. And then after 2007, started to dip a bit again.
Mm.
And then we got to the 2020s, and then
Yeah.
COVID, obviously, as you know, COVID killed it.
Yeah, torpedoed the whole organization.
The whole organization, the whole planet.
Yeah,
It's going to be a
bloody,
while
bloody
before,
thing.
yeah, it's going to be a while. They even call it now. I used to think it was called that, but officially now they call it the COVID years.
Yeah. You know,
You know?
in our place, there are lots of office spaces in our place in Versailles. Yeah, there are lots of
Yeah.
office spaces, and for 2 years we've been living here for 2 years, a bit more than 2 years. And I'm wondering, and I've been wondering, there are nobody in the offices. Yeah. And then I learned the other day that actually after the COVID, many people started to work from home. So
Yes,
many companies
this is correct.
they encourage people to work from home because
Yeah,
they
but you know why that is? It's because the offices then, the people who own the offices don't have to pay for the office
yeah yeah
as such. If they were renting out 3 rooms, 3 office levels, they don't have to do that anymore. They can just rent out one
yeah
because everyone else is working at home.
yeah yeah
And because everyone else is working at home, they're using their own resources, their own gas, their own water, their own electricity. They're not using the companies. The company saves money. All they have to do is pay their salary.
yeah
And then
yeah
occasionally some firms might say, okay, we need you to come in 1 day a week. Job done, isn't it?
yeah
Save
absolutely
lots of money doing that. So, you know, it's all good.
absolutely yeah
Yeah.
yeah
All right, I'm gonna. It looks like the BJJ guys are clearing. We've got a very small class tonight. It's literally just Costa and I think it's just Costa and me. I think
Oh really? What about
um,
Peter?
Peter's here, but Peter's going to be training with Dinol for a little while.
I see.
Yeah. So they do a little session to themselves on
Ah,
my time.
yeah. Nick,
um,
I really liked, sorry to interrupt you, I really liked Sifu explaining the Gosau a little bit and replacing the
yeah.
arms. Yeah, it was really, really interesting. And also this park, walk and park combination was really, really nice
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good lesson.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not anything new. We have done it before.
Yeah.
I think I've even showed you guys. We did a drill earlier this year where I did a tarn part
Yeah.
with a kick.
Yeah. Yes.
So it's not totally alien. So
It's
yeah,
not.
I'm just gonna go back to the office and get a plug. I'm missing a plug.
Yeah, I will check. Yeah, I will change the clothes. Thank you, Nick.
Okay.
Tell you what, I'm gonna give you mine. Give that to whoever you need to give it to, and then go on with the yeah. Okay.
Looks like it might be a very short lesson tonight.
You can write it down. Oh, well, he's such a nice. I will go out. You kind of oh, it's calm, yeah, right.
Oh, how are you, Cos? I don't know. Izzet said he was coming tonight. It doesn't look like he's coming tonight. Jess and Z, I'm assuming they're working. Yeah, otherwise they'd be in jiu-jitsu. Yeah, shift patterns, so they don't always work the same daytime shift, might do an evening. Him and Jess, yeah, I believe they do, yeah. Because I said to her, "Oh, is he's not coming tonight?" She went, "Oh no, he's got to work."
It's tough, man. 12 hours.
Yeah. Well, they work by the Shard, don't they? Right by the Shard. But he gets to drive in. Sorry, Dimitri, what did you say?
I was about to add that Dmitry is always there.
But Dimitri is always there.
You were counting the heads.
You're counting the heads, yeah. You're always
Yeah,
here, Dimitri. I
heads
can
counting.
rely on you mostly. Yes. About 99.99% of the time.
Please don't omit me.
Yes, exactly. All right, let's get this angel light on, as I call it. Halo light. There we go.
Oh, yeah, good.
Right. You can see me. I think I'm going to take this up a bit further today because, like I say, the numbers are quite low, quite worryingly.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's got a balance.
Christmas
shall
Eve is
see.
coming.
Christmas is coming. We got the. I arranged the dinner with the guys today.
Yeah.
For Sunday.
On the
So
6th.
we're going to go out for dinner. The 3rd of
third.
December.
Okay.
Sunday.
I
Yeah.
see. Nice.
Yeah. So it should be good. They're giving me the deposit, so it'll be about 20 of us. So.
I wish I could join you guys.
Yeah, do a Zoom from the restaurant. Can you imagine? That'd be something. Hey, Dimitri, hey, have a good food. Yeah.
Would be too much. I would be too notorious to watch you guys eating. Yeah.
Which is it.
Probably you are already tired of my questions and my presence.
No, I'm not tired of the questions. It's just time sometimes. Obviously, I respect the fact that you want to ask questions and you want them answered. It's just sometimes we don't always have the time to give them to you, if you know what I mean. Because obviously we need to get out of the building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You always answer. You always answer. You, Peter. Thank you.
Within reason. Sometimes I have to put on the leash and you back. But we try to. Information sharing is good, obviously, especially in your case because you're not here. So.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. But we're going to give it another 5 minutes, and we see if anyone else turns up. If not, like you heard Kose say earlier, it's going to private lesson, so it might be just a question where I ask him questions and he asks me questions. It's something he's not sure about. It'd be more Q&A.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll release this one. It depends on what we end up talking about, I guess.
No worries, Nick. No worries.
Yeah. All right. So give it 5 minutes. It's now 20:48. So around 50. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Thank you.
Because at the moment there's a bit of a shoulder leaning to it, so you're over committing your top half a little.
I see what you're doing.
And what I'm seeing, your top half is now moving backwards and
Yeah. So if you're doing that, you're throwing yourself out. Really get engaged to get that wham there.
Yeah. So I'm seeing a wobble on the shoulder as well. Because you'll see one side, I'm seeing the other. Don't try too hard to move the bag. Just step with it and go wherever it ends up.
Don't worry about getting your head down too much. Tilt your head forward a little bit, but don't worry about bending your head forward.
Technically, there are 4 advanced guys here.
Yeah, they're all going home.
Where are you going?
Yeah, he's going to go home to his kids.
Where is it?
He's going to be home with you.
He's gonna.
So you do that.
Oh, grip training.
So actually, we'll start with yourself. Okay, Dimitri. So we're just having a little informal thing. Cos is practicing some punching.
I see.
So
Yeah.
if you can see, if you can see Cos, can you see Cos? Say hello to Cos.
Hello, hello, Costas.
He said hello, Costas.
Hello, Gina. Hello,
He said hello
guys.
back. I'm just unraveling the cord. So the problem Costa is having at the moment
Yeah.
is he's punching the bag
Yeah.
and he's moving the bag, but there's, can you see him?
Yes, I can see. Yeah.
Yeah, but there isn't much. Go ahead and punch, Cos. So can you see how he's moving?
Yes.
The intention is right. Hang on a sec. Keep your arm up. Keep the position you were. Form a fist. So how you're punching at the moment is dangerous for you because you're punching with this, but this is like that. Keep this. No, keep this in line with the forearm. Here. It's a method someone's called ruler right there down the center. That's got to all be in line. Fingers really tight because you don't want to. I've already got damage finger, but from here nicely tight. Wrap it. Obviously, we're still quite cold. And then from here, when we punch, engage the hip. Engage the probably a bad shoulder. So when I'm punching, like when I'm seeing you punch, and you tend to, as you go to punch, this goes forward, your body goes backwards. This is what I see, right? Yeah. So your body's going backwards, this is going forward. But really, if you think of a like Seafood talked about golfer's swing, or Elvis Presley, the dancer, right? Singer dancer, he uses his hips. So if I use my hip wants to go in the direction of where I'm punching. Here, and I'm turning as I'm punching, I'm turning the fist in slightly, corkscrew slightly. So from here, wham. So if I now add my hip from here, wham. See that? Wham. 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 Hip, hip, hip. Maybe I've got that habit from doing karate. I was doing 6 years in karate, but we always use that hip. When we did a basic karate punch, we were low enough stance, the hip was slightly open. When we punched, you can see go forward. That's it. Not bad. Right, so stop. How does that feel?
Right, you need to go more forward with the hip.
Well, not more forward, but push. Use your back leg to push the hip. Yes. There. Good. That's good. There. Good.
Contraction.
You got a contraction. Now, same thing. So stay in that same position. Punch it again. Right. Stop. I need to come in just a touch more. Now do it. That's it. Great. Now, when you punch, don't go because you're chambering, you're punching. You're trying to chamber again, and then you're punching before the chamber is ready. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. You see the pace is very different. Do you try now? So it's your turn. Yeah. Right, and then the other thing, keep your hand up. Keep your hand up. Just keep your right hand up. When you do your fist, contract, tighten your fist before and contract at the end, and literally let it rip. Let it rip. Let it rip. Okay, have a go. Good. So you're going boom, boom, boom. I want you to go bang, stop. Okay, so hit it. Stop. Okay, chamber up again. Hit it. Stop. And you see what happened there? That was good. What happened was your forearm went slightly out here. So think again, alignment. Again for Dimitri as well, alignment from here, fist, turn slightly in. This engage with this, engage with this, engage with this, lap, hip, turn, hip. Try. So literally close, you're unwinding. See here, here, here. Do this. Right. Then stop. Do it again. And again. And again. Now, the only fault, this is good. The only fault now is your forearm as you're punching. Coming on.
How big of the angle?
All we need to do is Try this now. What we need to do is keep keep your forearm by your hip. Left leg forwards, nice tight fist. Now what we need to do is from there, when I say one, we need to unleash into the bag. So I'll give you an example. So when you say one, yeah. We turn it back to the position. I say 2, 3, 4. So basically, you're not moving your arm back, you're shooting from where. Okay, so give yourself good now. Bend at the knees. One. Now worry about 2. 3. 4. See that? You see what happens to the bag? Flex. 5. Good. 6. Watch the elbow. Again, it's coming out. 7. 8. Wait for the count. 9. 10. It was good for the first half, the first 60%. But then when you started to get to like the last third, 40%, when you were punching, this arm gradually started to go out. Yeah, try it with the other side of the body. Maybe it's a different story. Can you see what's happening, Dimitri?
Yes, Nick, I'm following closely.
Good.
Thank you.
Yeah. So this
I'm
side
repeating the sequence as well.
Yeah. This side is a little bit weaker. What you're doing with this one is you've got your legs here. Let's turn to the camera. Your legs here. Before you were doing this. This side, what you're doing is more offensive. Which is fine in Gorsa if you're trying to hit someone. But because you're trying to do a power shot, a rising punch here, bang. Yeah? With power, it's got to be short range here. 1. From where it is, that's why I say keep it here. Try and get the power from here into the bag. So set your legs up. Lead leg forward. That's it. Offer it like that. But try it. 1. Right. But what we need to do is let it go. 2. Good. Look at the bag. 3. Try not to turn your head. Look at the bag. 4. Good. 5. Wait. So that forearm came out. Keep that in. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Okay. Try again from static. 1, 2, 3. 4. So don't twist the hip. So don't twist the hip back. The hip's already primed by this position alone. What you're doing is you're gearing yourself up. Watch. Arm is primed. It's in line with the hip. And then basically, as you see what there, as I go to punch, twisting this into getting more torque in the punch. Good. Yeah, so I'm literally going wham, wham, wham. Set. Keep the arm slightly closer to your body, not tight, close. Good. Then keep this guide hand just here. Wham, wham, wham. Okay. Now we need to go from here up to there. So basically, we need to go from here up there.
So this is the game.
Yeah.
I'm looking for.
If you hit them in the solar plexus. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the issue you have is you're trying to hit with a horizontal fist. You need to angle your hand as if you're doing jump cell or tarn cell. Well, tarn cell is more there, but jump cell, like a jump cell. Think of the jump cell shape. If you watch here, I close like this, it's at an angle. And then this again. See the angle of this? I punch, I'm going to do my own wrist. But here, nice and straight. It's literally like a club, right? In the back, or a letter, an upside down L. Think of it that way. Upside down L. Okay. And try a few more. So keep that here. And the idea is to rip it there. Rip it there. You see how your hip is? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop there. Drop your hip a little lower. 6, 7, 8, faster, 9, 10. The last 2, we're here. Okay. So what we'll do is I'll get some pads and I'll get you to do it on pads. So I'll hold the pads and I want you to do it. You want to do some basic stance. You need to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I want you to keep the range exactly as how I've got it here. If I put my hands together, this is the range you're working from your power from here. So if I take my hand away, and then from here, 1, bring us up, 2, bring us up, 3, bring us up, 4, bring us up, 5. You see as I'm doing that, what's happening? Hip and waist. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. For good uppercuts. For power shots, even from here, from a power shot, it's going to be there. For an uppercut, because I don't want them to see it, if you hold your hand up here, say out there, wow. Well, you go like that, but I'm saying if this person was standing here, now when it's get, let's just say their chin was here, wham, wham, under the chin, bang, yeah, in the throat. You all right with this so far? Yeah. All right, so if you go into basic, okay, it's from here. I want you to do this just for now, just for practice. If I go 1, keep your hands up here. I need to go 1 here. So go 1. 1, literally. Stay there. Same. 2. 3. 4. See, aim for this spot each time. 5. No, that's a straight punch. Here. 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. And we'll do the other one. 1. Wait for the count. This is where you go, this is where you fall down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can see your hip working now. Now, back to basic. Go into the normal Munsao Wusao. And then drop your hands here. Okay, good. So now what you do is from here, 1. Okay, so with the right, uppercut from there. 1. That's it. Hit the center of the hand. 2. And again. 3. And again. 4. And again. 5. Now I want you to turn your fist and do this. I want you to try and now engage twist. You with me? You all right so far? You want to get some water?
No.
Okay. All right. So 1. See, you missed that. So focus, get that down, turn that slightly. 2, 3. And see, you're not waiting for the count again. You're rushing. Take your time. No one's chasing you. All right. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Don't
9,
push it so much.
10. It's me. I'm trying to get him to engage his hip. That's why. That's why it looks like he's probably pushing it.
There's definitely there's what I mean is there's a stretch after the impact.
Right. So you're saying he's prolonged it.
He's pushing through the pad too much.
Right.
Imagine you're hitting inside the pad.
Yeah, but when I twist my hip, I've got to use my elbow or my shoulders to finish off, right?
Not necessarily.
Or also you're just using just the bottom.
No, it drives your fist, but it's not to drive it past the thing.
So I think from here, how I do it. So if my leg is forward from here, remember I said about, obviously it's almost like this is like my starting point. Form that fist, twist the hip. So twist the hip, you see what happens to the fist. There. So literally from here, bang, bang.
It's probably a contraction on the end.
For me, it's a contraction in the end. Bang, bang.
Let it go and contract.
Right. Let it go and contract to that end part.
Everything stops at once.
Yeah. You're coming, are you? Yeah, I'll message you. All right. Good thing I haven't changed the spaces then. No, there is space. We've got like 2 or 3 spaces left. So I'm glad I know you're coming. You're already down. Your name's in. You're coming in. His name's not down. He's technically not coming in, but he's kind of, you know, redeemed himself, so he's coming in. But technically, we are with the jiu-jitsu guys.
We'll put you in the sandal lot.
It's like a jiu-jitsu / Wing Chun melee. Yeah.
Have I given you money for the thing then?
You haven't yet. No. Give it to me on Sunday.
I'll do it to you now.
All right. Okay.
I'll put it on the desk.
Put it on the desk, please, mate. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So.
Hold up.
Yeah. So.
I'm going to do one little exercise,
Yeah.
just very quickly.
Yeah.
So you hold it up, get in position where you want to punch. Okay.
Can we see Dimitri?
Hold your fist. Now I'm going to go and work.
Yes,
backwards.
I'm following you closely. Thank you.
Okay. You look there, you look there. Just don't turn so much for now, because I want to just get this mechanic right to put that right where it is. This is where you want to impact. Okay. So unwind from here to your starting position and wind back to that point. Yeah, see shoulder drifts.
Yeah, his forearm drifts out as well. That's what I'm trying to.
Yeah. So
correct.
go again.
Yeah.
But don't extend it too much inside the pad. Again. So it's really short. Again.
Dig it in.
No, don't pop it. Just let it in and then just relax your hand. Again. Again. Now something else is also happening. You're lifting yourself up.
Popping your shoulder.
Don't lift. So when you do this, and as you go up a bit, I want you to be able to rotate and only this moves. That's it. Okay, go.
Oh gosh. I didn't know he was going to hit me. There you go.
Go a bit shorter. Yep. Just turn. This turns with that. Don't push too far. Short.
That's it.
That's it. Short.
Good.
Don't try to hit hard.
Just let it go.
Yeah.
Good.
There's still a little pop happening.
Yeah. Basically, his elbow is
You
still
don't want it
flailing.
to move, basically.
I don't want you to move anything.
So how do we get the shoulder? or the
No.
elbow?
This moves along with that. Okay. So if I just hold this and I don't think with my arm, I'm just doing this.
It doesn't move as well as the hip. Well, the hip drives it.
The hip drive.
Yeah.
The hip doesn't do that, and then you go off.
No. This moves up with this, and I'm pushing from the floor, and I'm just rotating this into it.
So it's the leg that's driving.
Yeah. So it's almost as if my arm as a mechanical thing doesn't exist. I'm just turning my hip to turn the fist. And then,
How'd you let the fist go then?
it's a contraction at the end.
That's it. That's what you do.
So it's like it's just a string. So it has no mechanical effect by itself until I grip and then I put a tiny extension. So
Short range power.
So it's this. So I can keep this here because this is all mobile, right? I can unwind and still keep my elbow in the same place. So I will bring this. That's why I describe it as sticking the punch in the pad. And it's just in the pad.
And some karate guys will call it snaps. Yeah, so in their gis, you hear that crack. So sometimes when they're punching, crack. So they've got a different way of using their short range power, but
They do the slide way.
Yeah.
Because they go.
that's it. It's like, yeah, and as they're doing that. Huh?
Can I ask you a question regarding this one?
Yeah.
So we are keeping the frame. Yeah, as Peter mentioned. So actually, our arm doesn't move. Our hand doesn't move. We are moving only with using the hips. But what makes, which I don't understand, but what makes the strike heavy? If we don't rely on the fist power and acceleration, yeah, because what makes the fist heavy?
What makes it so powerful?
Yeah, yes, powerful. Yes, sorry, I was looking for this word.
Remember, I said to you quite a few times. Sometimes, like if you look at the punch itself or the actual motion, yes, Peter's talked about this, the hip,
Yeah,
the arm barely moving, this action.
yeah.
But what I say is, it's recruiting this all together.
Okay.
See, I can do this, right?
Yeah.
it doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
It could like pop someone on the nose, right?
yeah,
No hip movement. Without the punch, you can use
yeah,
the hip, right?
yes,
This
yes.
doesn't do anything by itself. But together, now you've got power.
And you also contract your muscles, your pec, and I mean.
Contraction at the end. I don't contract my bicep. If I contract my bicep, this arm can't move forward.
Okay, yeah. But
Yeah.
what exactly you are contracting, Nick, when doing this?
I'm contracting the fist at the end.
Only fist.
This is my own personal preference. It's my own personal preference. I connect the fist at the end. So
yeah,
fist the bag. Normal punch, no contraction.
yeah.
Okay. So try this. A punch with a contraction.
I see.
Can you see the difference?
Yes, yes.
What was the difference?
Now pull this hip back so that this.
It's more powerful. Yeah, it's
Yeah, but what?
Very
Yes, it's more
accented.
powerful.
accented.
Huh?
There is an accent at the end.
Yeah, what accent?
It's a sort of stops the penetrates the body. I mean,
Contraction.
yeah, contraction. Yeah,
That's what it is.
yeah.
Watch again. I have to be careful because my forearm's a bit tender for some reason. So
Yeah,
normal punch.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
That's 3 with a normal punch. With a
Yeah.
contraction.
That's why I'm going
Nice, nice, nice. Makes sense, Nick. Thank you for this. Nick, as we have a question and answer session, a sort of today, would it be possible for you and Peter probably for 5 minutes to demonstrate the Gosau tactics? I mean, feeling the pressure and probably using all these different techniques. Would it be possible?
What techniques in particular, Dimitri? Do you mean from last night?
Whatever you are using, probably just replacing the arm. Yeah, just anything would be interesting. The way, and probably with your comments, what are you doing?
Yeah, if I can get these guys. I mean, they're just still doing the they're still working on Koz's power. So let's watch them for the moment, and then we'll transcend to what you're talking about. Okay.
Thank you.
So
very
just watch
much.
these guys and listen.
Thank
Watch these
you.
guys and listen. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Still goes forward. And it's short. He has a slight lean as well, which doesn't help.
Because he rails his head forward.
Yeah, no, it's good. Remember, you're not trying to push my hand, you're just popping it in the center.
See Sunday.
So just stopping it. Let's stop it a little bit longer. Yeah. That's it. That was a good one. That's it.
Good. How does it feel to you at the moment doing this? Cause keep going. Does it feel weird or does it feel too fancy or feels good?
Solid, huh?
Now try to relax your shoulders completely when you're doing this, which is the next bit. But this is how you start to relax each of your joints. Because now that you know how to snap the wrist in, you don't have to worry about leaning your shoulders in. But because if you're used to leaning your shoulders, you might feel a bit wobbly. So what you then do, you then start to sink in your knees a bit more to get yourself back rooted.
Yeah, that's low enough.
Yep.
That's good.
And when I feel that, because now you've got solid again, I'll start to up the power. And now you've got to
Maintain. Don't change it. Maintain. That's it. It doesn't take much.
Yeah.
Bang. Bang.
much better. Yeah.
It's a contraction.
But it's the coordination between your wrist snap and the pivot, because now he's finishing that pivot
Yeah,
on the impact.
it's a much more
And it
improved
feels
view.
good.
But you see that contraction and that power and that hip movement you're in? It's the same principle as the punch.
Contraction you can do with the palm as well, can't you?
Right.
It's
So all
all
the shapes.
it's all the same.
But like I say, that principle you're using there is the same for the punch.
Punch is
Are we
harder, isn't it?
targeting?
Say
Are we,
again?
are we targeting to the center when we are doing this? Because I've got a question regarding this technique as well. Because I was watching Sifu, but not always. I could not always hear him well when he is at the end of the class.
So Sifu, I think when he does the park cell, he doesn't always park to the center.
Yeah,
He's parking into the punching arm. When people punch,
yeah,
if people are punching jab and across,
yes,
they're not always going to a same point each time. That's why
Yeah.
we'd never really say to you park to the center, because
Yeah.
what if they punch? I go to park their right arm, and their punch is down here.
okay,
Yeah, if their punch is coming here, I've gone to park. Oh, they're going to punch here. I get it in my ribs.
yeah,
So you present your hands are here, a slight edge, not facing out, a slight edge, a slight angle.
yeah, yeah,
So like that, but here,
yeah,
like this, here.
yeah, yeah.
So it goes, so it fits nicely into the arm when you park it. May I borrow your arm? If you on the side. So remember that shape.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
So Cos just has his arms out. If I do it straight, see what happens.
yeah,
Come this side. If I do it straight, can you see what happens?
yeah.
What's happening?
It's slipping away.
It's slipping away. If I just stand this side, it's slipping away.
Yes.
So why don't I just turn my hand a little bit and then from here?
Yeah,
Can you see that? So
yeah,
I'm pushing in. We always say to the intermediates or beginners, it's like pressing into the opposite shoulder.
yeah, yeah,
It's kind of less than that. But he was
Yeah.
punching full pelt, then I really just need to do that.
yeah,
Okay, from the angle. Straight on, it's going to skim off. But here is just about right. Just above
Yeah.
the wristwatch, below the elbow.
yeah,
If they're a bigger, stocky guy with bigger forearms, I
Yeah.
have to go higher up. But I don't want
Yeah.
to do this. Have my fingers down because I'll lose my fingers. They'll get sprained.
yeah,
But here is better because I've got my elbow down as well. I don't think you can see that. Elbow's down and push in. I can push and rise. Let's see how that offsets cause.
yeah. We should
And it's
approve
very
him
short.
in the technique, isn't it? We
Very
should.
short distance.
Yeah,
If I totally want to offset him, I totally want to offset him. I want to walk him in. I'll take that arrow step forward here.
I
Yeah.
see.
And then his recovery is being offset here, feed that hand through, view forward.
Nick, but you are parking on the upper arm, whereas Sifu was parking on the here, yeah, before the elbow, yeah, isn't it? So what is the area of the park?
Huh?
Sorry,
Say again?
What is the area? What is the parking area in this technique?
Personally, I've been shown here.
Okay.
Some people do it up here, but there's pros and cons. I don't know if you saw that bit. If you park higher,
Yeah.
yes,
Yes.
he can fold his elbow.
Yes.
Bang, I get in the
Yeah.
right, bang, I get in the face. If I park too high,
Yeah.
he's still got maneuverability. He can overpower that or come round.
Yeah.
So if you park on my arm, so too high, you see where
Yeah.
he's got his stroking my arm. It's too high, right?
Yeah.
Too high up on the wrist. You see the
Yes.
position?
Yes.
I can fold in.
Yes.
Okay. Too high up on the elbow,
Yeah.
you've got this. It's too
Yes.
loose. I could still maybe try and thrash him with my fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I can free that totally and hit.
Yeah.
Because he's given me, I already know where his arm is. I can here and hit across. He's still in trouble.
Makes sense.
So for me personally, you will have a different idea, or we'll come into you next. For me, that's optimum.
I see.
If taken at the right angle, that's fine. You see what happens?
Yeah,
That's not even going in hard. That's just a step.
yeah. And you're using
Okay.
the structure. You are using the structure. Yeah, you are using the supporting leg in order for this work to work, for this technique to work. Yeah,
I'm pushing off my back. Do you remember I said about using things as unison rather than components? Part 1 and part 2 together. You remember when
Yeah.
Sifu was doing the drill with us, and he did the park stepping backwards.
Yes.
This hand stayed here. He stepped back, and then he pushed us forward. I don't know
Yeah.
if you saw that. It's very subtle what he did.
No, I didn't.
Where some people would assume when he steps back, he does this.
Yeah.
But he actually had his hand forward because I was watching him. He stepped back and then he parked. So it was like his image was here. That person
Yeah.
stepped to it and then he finished it.
So he's using the rear leg to block.
He was using the front actually.
Doing it off the front.
If you think about it, he's propelling back. As he's propelling back,
He lands.
he lands solid.
It's basically two sides of the same movement.
Yeah.
You either plant your heel, the park sole,
Mm-hmm.
or you park sole with the plant on
Plant
the heel.
heel, yeah. So it's like an anchor point.
Yeah, and what's happening will determine how you do it. I have a feeling he does it on the heel. It's because it's quicker to move off it.
Yeah. Bang.
Because once you're doing this, the weight's instantly there,
That's right.
which means you're instantly ready to move.
Comes to a dead stop, doesn't it?
Whereas if you plant your foot, then go, you've technically stopped moving.
And that person could still be going and then offsetting your
You have to
balance.
catch up your movement again.
Yes. You
So
understand that?
this way, it's like when you're doing the big jump, as I keep demoing. you do this to go that.
Yeah.
So he's just basically done this because he's ready to do this.
Yeah. Without the run up. So just to do it in principle for Dimitri. So let's do it wrong. So I've gone forward the punch and you've gone to park. So you've stepped back, was it? You've stepped back and then put your hand out. So if I come in, you step back, you put your hand out. So you're going to this one. Yeah, you step back, you've really planted, you put your hand out and I've come in.
Oh yeah, this is rough.
Yeah.
Especially because you're bigger than me.
Yeah. Can you see what happened?
Yes.
Yeah. So do it again. So
You
He moves back, he stepped back.
You penetrated the space, Peter's space.
right. So he stepped back, he's planted already. Then he puts his hand out. As I come in,
Oh, that's really rough.
now he's been jolted from that force.
That's rough one. That's
But, but if he does it traditionally now, no problem.
The angle of the wrist is wrong. The angle of the wrist is wrong.
Who?
Peter's Peter's wrist angle is wrong. It's parallel to your arm. It's not at an angle to stop you.
No, but this is what I'm saying. It's different interpretation. This is Peter's version.
Oh, it's also a height thing.
Yeah.
Because this is my foot. I'm still going into him there.
Ah, okay. Probably.
I'm actually going upward. I'm actually going up. And if you get the stick, my forearm is going up towards that shoulder.
Ah,
So if
see.
I keep this and don't move and just nudging closely,
Yeah.
it's his arm will go up that way.
Ah, I see. Sorry, I missed that.
What I
one.
actually did,
It's very
what I
subtle.
actually did was I kept my hand out pretty neutral. I wait for this to come in and I'm getting the touch and then I'm almost riding it to a stop.
What do you mean? How
Let's-
are you able
Like
to ride it?
like a cushion.
Yeah. So I didn't really
okay.
step. I didn't really step. I let him push me to where I naturally fall to.
Yes.
It's like if
Yes.
I was up this close and his punch was coming in, a little bit more retraction, a little bit more retract. Now push forward. He's extending it. So he's telling me how far I need to go.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You understand that?
Yeah. So
And
you
this
allow.
is
Sorry.
And this is especially important for me because for me to hit him, I need to be a certain close distance, right?
Yeah.
And
Right.
park sole for me is like an emergency movement. So if we've got some kind of weird hand control here and he's managed to slip his hand and hit, I can't try to park. Come through now. I've got to get contact.
Yes.
And because I need space, I just ride this contact back.
Ah, I see. I see.
And then my body is aiming to end up in my trained park sole position. So I let him push me into my
trained body position.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
So
Yeah.
I'm not really doing a park soul. He's kind of doing the park soul for me.
So I kind of dictate where he ends up.
Yeah. And all I then think about is to make sure that retract,
Hmm.
make sure that when he's finished pushing, I snap it
Yeah.
on the end of it. That's all I'm really doing. He's doing the rest of it for me.
What do you mean by snapping? You just contract a little bit or what?
Yeah. Just the contraction for the stop.
I
So
see.
while I'm moving, because this is an experience thing. When I get to here, I have an idea of how long his punch is going to be. So I know I have an expectation of where the energy is going to stop. So I'm just timing, or not consciously timing, but I'm priming myself to land when I expect this to stop.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
And as I was saying before, the reason why I actually do this as well sometimes is doing it this way allows me to spring straight back forward, because once I land back, and this is a very Hong Kong thing, because that's how they go from retraction. And you'll see in rolling double, this hand pushes forward, they'll do this and they'll shoot this
Back in again.
because this is this, and then they will do the slap to the hip, and then they're on the floor. So if you see this a lot, it's because they've gone back forward.
So it's not really a park soul in a true sense.
It is. No, it is a park soul. It's just not applied how you practice to learn the shape.
Okay.
This is the difference between Western and Eastern teachings. Yeah.
Because in the form, the shapes are there just to allow you to train your body to recognize this position.
Yes.
How you get into that position, there's no fixed way. Sometimes I actively do it. Sometimes the position is forced on me.
Yes. Yes.
It's like bong soul. If the punch comes in, I can choose to go, I'm gonna go up and across. But if we are in that struggling situation and he's forcing my arm in, I'm not choosing to do bong soul. He's just forced my body to recognize I need to turn, and I automatically do it.
And then respond accordingly.
Yeah.
I see. I see. But
I like shooting that one.
You do, but then
I don't fully. But there are so many Paksao subtleties, because we are doing long, short, sort of driving that you've been just demonstrating. What is the main thing that we should be sticking to? Is it
you should ideally. This is what I'm trying to say. You should ideally go with what Sifu's teaching you. Teacher. He calls you teacher. Peter is giving you an alternative answer to the same question.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. Because
I'll add one more thing as well.
Yeah.
For me, in practice, Park Soul, I don't treat it as an active shape.
Yeah.
For me, it's always a secondary support shape.
Yes.
With one exception. If I'm at a distance and I'm playing with a partner and he's just throwing in, just relax moves, hands up and just moves, I will do a park soul just to check. And for me, then this is a timing thing. So even I did that after this first contact, I bridged and then I went in. I don't plan to try to go and attack straight away because for me, it doesn't work. So for me, park soul is either at a long range just to check so that I can timing, walk in, because that's a very Hong Kong training. So just stand square, because we do a lot of this, which interchanges with park souls. And the point of this is so that I can learn to go in.
Okay.
Oops. No, I messed that up. And if I mess it up, I mess it up. He's just giving me a way.
Training.
And the park soul then helps me enter. And then if I take it out of that exercise, going back into loose sparring, he jabs in. I'm not parking to stop. I'm parking to establish a timing so that when it disappears, I can follow.
Okay.
Okay, so that is my version of an active park soul. It's not active to stop the punch. It's just to manage the distance, manage a sense of timing and space where I can move, just so that I can get a feeling. My actual use of park soul is when it's gone past that stage. Punching. Okay, and I need to
Yeah.
hit him, this
Yeah.
is my park sole.
I see. Only now, because when you are changing the size, yeah, it's not a park saw. Yeah.
No,
It's,
no, it's just a way to
Ah.
get contact so that I can enter. And my real use of park sole is now to control him to go in and hit. So
I
my park
see.
sole is a support movement in order to allow me to hit. It's not a technique to stop a punch.
But
So
when
I use it out here, or
Yes.
I use it when I'm in. I don't use it.
I see. Because what I'm confused, we've got a short one, yeah, which I now understand the way you explained. But why are we using this as a sort of, because I'm a bit confused.
Okay, so
What
so
is
the
it-
different
what-
park soles.
Is it pinning? Is it a
No, no, so the
pinning?
different park soles, when we train it,
Listen.
so when we train it, it's just to
Sorry.
train very simple idea. You can park
Yeah.
sole straight across, you can park sole upwards, you can park sole downwards, you can barely park sole, or you can park sole and ride it. Okay.
Yes.
All that is just when we do the drills is to give you a chance to practice all the different ways you might use this very quick short hand motion. Because if he is that much taller than me and he's bridged me across this way and he needs to hit me, he's not going to park my hand upwards. He's
Yeah.
going to park it downwards to hit me,
Oh, yes. Yeah.
right?
You're right.
So he does need to train a park sole in a downwards towards hip motion.
Yeah.
That's why in the training we train across, we train up. Oh, I cheat when I go up, because when I park sole upwards, I just roll more the wrist. So you don't. It looks different. It doesn't look different, but it is different.
Yeah.
And then I park sole with a downward bias.
Yes, I feel like I'm skimming now.
Okay.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
Yes, and it's a different wrist engagement.
Oh, right, okay.
Bye bye, Kostas.
I'm training with the camera, so I'm gonna go. Yeah?
Oh,
See you Friday.
see you Friday, see you and Sunday, if I don't see you Friday.
Yeah, no worries.
So now the really tricky one is the park sole ride,
Yeah.
because it's actually conceptually the same as park sole drag. The only difference is whether or not I move. If I don't move and I park sole drag, I'm moving his arm past me. If I park sole ride, I'm moving past his arm.
I see.
The net effect is the same. The only difference is probably when the threat occurs.
Yeah.
So if bridged here, if he's park sole punch me, that hand's coming in quickly, my body says close the space. So I kind of do a combination of the two. I will park and grip, but I will also walk past it.
Okay.
So bear in mind, don't think the things you train in the drills are the
Ultimate.
perfect, unchangeable versions. It's just there to give you a way of training the difference and being able to do it there, going upwards. Because mechanically and structurally, this is slightly different. Because as well as getting my wrist underneath him, I tend to then plant my heel more. So it's this. So that this is a lock structure which I've got to learn that I can do this with.
Sorry, Peter, you are using the heel for this one, yeah?
Yeah. And that's a small detail that some people they don't think about. Is that if I go back, never mind. Is that they do park sole just with their hands. And when I watch people do park sole, I don't even see hip turn sometimes, and they just
Slappy slap.
and it's not. At the very least, I should see this. It's better if I see this, because now I've taken my elbow out of it, and it's now just my hip. But I can take my hip out of it and push heels in instead, and that feels much heavier, because now it's my whole body weight doing the turn. And I'm only 60 kilos, but I doubt many people can curl 60 kilos with one arm, which is kind of what I'm asking you to do when I start walking into you.
Yeah.
And it only works if I'm pushing off the heel.
Yeah.
Which is why when I do my basic warm-up punching drills with people, I get them to walk and punch. It's just me assessing them whether they can connect this with their heel when they move.
Coordinate.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
often
yeah.
they don't realize it. And that's how I assess whether or not someone's got good body control, is whether or
Yeah.
not they're able to change where the power of the hands come from. Because sometimes it is, like I said, sometimes it is elbowed. Okay, it is just getting the elbow. Sometimes nothing moves, and my hip is where it pushes from.
So that's like a gross movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then sometimes nothing in my body moves, just my foot pushing. Now this is my leg pushing.
Wow. Yeah. So you
And-
you are switching on, switching off, like Nick would
Yeah.
always say, yeah, switch on,
Yeah.
switch off. Yeah, yeah. There's this
And
one.
you've got to be able to control where you are deriving that motion from. Whether whether for that instant you're doing it from your heel, whether you're doing it from the knee, whether you're doing it from the hip, whether you're doing it from the elbow. Because again, when you're moving around someone, go semi-live, when you're moving around, you can't dictate where you can get power from. So you got to just instantly switch. If I'm too close and I can't push my heel, because if I push my heel, I'm pushing myself up, I might just have to use my hip, even though I'm on the wrong turn. So I've already up. Yeah. Actually, I can, because I can go this way, because I still got this elbow. Because all I did then was just pivot so that I'm pushing my hip into him now. But now that I've got my hip, this heel is heavy, so I can start to push that heel again. So I'm constantly changing where the power starts from.
Power transference.
Yeah, and you've got to be able to do that as well.
Wow.
And this matters more because I'm small.
Yeah.
Because it's in my benefit if I can maintain a good structure most of the times.
Yeah.
So which means most of the time I try to derive power from my heel.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Big guy can still push me over, right?
Yeah.
And once he gets close enough, he takes my heel out of the equation because if it's on my heel, I'm a stick, right?
Yeah.
Which
Right.
means I need to be able to root my hip in to push with my hip instead.
Yeah, to bed in.
So
It's like a chess game, isn't it? You're always thinking
it's not. I think that's the wrong way of looking at what I'm explaining now. This is more about just being in proper control of how your body moves. It's really important. It's why when we do some of the drills, I tell people to don't worry about the hitting, move well first, and the hitting is easy. But everyone is so concerned about this becomes rubbish.
Yeah.
Whereas on the other hand, if this is good, this is easy. And I don't even need to reach him for this because this drill isn't to train this. This is just a test, a reference point to see whether this is good enough to clear a path.
Yeah.
And if it's not good enough, now I can start to properly learn when I might need a secondary movement like park sole.
Yeah.
Because if I'm just doing this badly to do this, I will never learn this.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense.
And this is why sometimes there are certain things you got to be disciplined and train yourself by yourself without a partner, because you don't really need a partner to go punch, imagine stoppage, walk into the turnout, because this you just better get this well.
Yeah.
That's better than doing it badly with a partner.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll go
Makes sense.
back to that 15 minutes a day or 15 minutes every other day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's all practice.
And because you know there are different directions your park sole might end up, not will end up, it might end up, because sometimes you can't decide where it goes up or down. From here, okay, you can imagine if you've done a park sole upwards, what spaces are open. If you park sole and they're super strong and they're pushing this in, okay, what happens if my hand gets pushed against my turnout?
What would be the answer from that?
Yeah.
I'm just
or if you're bigger than them, or they've stumbled and you've managed, or they're stumbling and you've managed to park sole when they're on the floor, how do you take advantage of that? How do you strike?
If they're on the floor, you mean? Yeah.
Or whether come to punch it. So if I've taken this and I've got him down here, and I can see his shoulders dropping, which means he's already kind of falling. So if I now park sole here, it helps him go down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't. A partner isn't essential for Wing Chun training.
it's essential for the experience of the live when it happens in a more live situation. Sorry,
Sorry.
I beat the other one because
Okay.
no, as in go 1, 2.
1, 2.
Yeah, because this gives me more
Yeah.
live to
Okay.
see.
Yeah.
Because now here, I won't
Yeah.
park upwards. I can't
Yeah.
park upwards because if I park upwards, I have to go down here to go up. So
Yeah.
I will just get in.
Okay. Yeah.
But what I didn't do, again, same again, bam, bam. What I didn't do was try to hit him first. Do
Yeah.
you see? I only worried about
Yes.
this shape because I'm practicing this shape.
Yes.
And again, if he steps away, I don't need a partner for that. I just, because I do all my drills from a punch. If you know, I don't record it so you won't see. But all of my drills start with a cross bridge position. So if I
Yeah.
stand in a forward stance, even just getting used to going strong, just a short arrow step and just throwing that bang,
Yeah.
bang. Because then, bang, switch my hands. That's my first park sole.
Yeah.
Bang, 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 bang.
So first you establish. You are trying to establish a contact. Yeah.
Yeah,
Contact.
yeah, just
Yeah.
yeah.
It's all about your basics. I mean, even the time where I wasn't coming here as often as I do now, when I was coming here literally 1 day a week, it was one I remember it was one I had a job. I kept working nights, which really killed me and killed my motivation for Wing Chun. But I still came here when it was open on Sundays. I used to come in and train on the mat by myself.
Wow.
And all I did was I trained the basics because I was like, I haven't really got Sifu's lessons to refer to. There's not really one to ask around. Let me just practice a chain punch. Let's just practice bong sail. Let me practice the first form.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just did all that. I think I did that for about a year. And then Sifu started asking me to help him in class. So to get more of an idea of what was going on. And that kind of fueled me to like say, well, so I want to come back. It took 2 years, but I came back.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is ultimately, if I didn't practice those basics for that year, I'd probably be like a beginner again.
It's going to sound really boring, but I can't overstress how important it is to repeat the boring things.
Yeah.
The really boring things. I mean, even like I'm going to go back to it. So even if angle that down slightly.
Well, what I'll do is I'll take it
So you
down.
can see my feet.
The thing isn't that good.
Just like I said, this small movement of taking a short arrow step and landing this cross bridge.
Is that right?
I can't see the feet.
You want to see his feet?
Sorry.
Blimey.
Sorry,
Okay.
no.
Well, it's just
I
an
can
arrow
see-
step.
I
It's
can
just so you
see-
see the timing.
It's just an arrow step.
Yeah. So
Okay. Yeah.
being able to move comfortably in one step.
I don't really understand this step. What is the point of it?
Okay, because what happens often is that people will just walk and just throw the hand out, and there's actually no structure behind it. Because all they end up doing is hitting arm on. Let's go this one. All they end up doing is hitting arm on arm, and then this is where it starts to see wobble. It wobbles because they're just doing this. Okay, you're not just hitting the arm. It's about walking the entire body as a single unit.
The whole frame. Yeah, you see what happens?
Wow.
And I'm solid.
And that's not an exaggeration.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because if I try and stay solid and he comes in, I'm still going to get knocked back.
And you notice nothing here moved. I didn't extend the punch much. I just went a little bit and I walked everything forward. That little bit of coordination is very important, and not enough people do it well.
So if you just do this for me. So remember I said to you, if you're stronger, you're lighter. So we do stronger first. Pete comes in. Go. I'm off. Take a step in like you did like that. I'm off. Right?
Yeah.
If I'm softer, I absorb.
That's the other thing. People think making a frame is it's not. It's that again, like I said with the park sole, you have an expectation of when the impact is going to occur.
Yeah.
And the training is so that I know to release everything when I expect that point of impact. So when I'm walking in, I'm not stopping and letting the energy go until I'm there. But when it's there, it's all gone, and I don't go past that point. It's like the punch. When I punch, it's there and it stops. I don't go this, then push.
Yeah.
It's stopped.
That's the main differences between the Chinese and the karate, the Japanese ones. So like say karate is very
Yeah.
yeah
Their concept is different.
different, and that's what I loved about Wing Chun was that the power's off, it's on again.
But
Yeah,
how do
it's a switch of transference of power.
but sorry, but how do you stop it? Because we always would throw the arm forward.
Yes.
keep-
So
uh,
here's how I imagine it. For me, it's a knowing of the distance.
yeah.
So when I'm throwing a punch to hit, I'm not thinking fist to palm, or do you know when they say you hit inside or behind the target?
Yeah.
So I'm not imagining I'm punching there. I don't think about this at all.
Yeah.
I just know where the target is. I know where my hand is. I throw my structure, and my hand should end up behind it if it was to continue going.
By default.
Yes, but I'm not doing that. I'm not thinking I must put my hand there. I'm just moving my structure. That's why I say that's what is really hard to explain when I say don't try to punch. Because I'm not going, I'm just going extend the structure, extend the structure, extend the structure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are going to have to wrap it up because as no one's here, I think it's a good cue for us to wrap it up early and take ourselves home.
Of course.
I've got to be in where is it? I've got to be in Angel tomorrow, and then possibly in the city later on. So it's a long day.
What do you mean? You're gonna be an angel?
Not agent, Angel, as in Islington.
Okay, Angel, tube station. I know Islington well.
Yeah. So Angel, around by the theatre and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So
it's black color. That's tube. Yeah, I know Angel. Yes.
And at the moment, it takes about an hour to get there in the mornings. So
yeah, it's Highbury in Islington.
Yeah, so it's via. I have to get there. I go there via Holloway, and it's always a bit of a kind of comme ci comme ça. Sometimes it's good, free flowing. Other times, not so. Worse in the rain. But as like I say, as everyone's decided to desert me today, apart from Costa. We're going to wrap it up.
Well, thank you very much, Nick, Peter. It's been a great class. Lots of insights for me to tonight.
Yeah. Well, it's better to do something than nothing. So yeah, I'm glad you got something out of it. Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right.
Have a great day, Nick. Yeah, have a great day.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank
you. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, drive home safely, guys.
All right, no worries. All right, take care.
Take care. Thank you again.
Stay warm.
Yeah, it's very cold in the apartment.
Yeah, but I'm sure your heating bill isn't as high as ours, so.
Yeah, but there is no heating. It's quite. I mean, you feel sober in this. Not much. Maybe it's the sort of central heating here. There is a central heating.
Yeah, the building heating.
Yes,
like a big boiler for the building.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. They're down here. They're called council estates.
Yeah.
All right, listen. Take care.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'll see you soon. All right.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Nick. Bye-bye, Peter. Thanks a lot. Thank you again.
Cheers.